What's going on, everyone? How are you guys doing today? What I have for you today in this video is I want to talk to you guys about what seems to be like most of the consumer is more loyal to Android devices versus the iOS devices out there. Now, there was an interesting article that I read recently, which the link to that will be in the description below. Apparently from 2016 to 2017 that the loyal rate jumped from like 89% to 91%, while for iOS users it jumped from 85 to 88, or somewhere around in those ranges. And that to me seems like a surprise, because Android, you have a variety of manufacturers and models to choose from that sometimes it could ruin the Android experience or make the Android experience a whole lot better. And iOS is mostly locked down to just Apple and then nobody else. Plus, with all these different skins out there, could make users run into problems when using Android and could possibly make it slow down a lot faster than compared to iOS. Just from looking at this data, it makes it seem like with the more variety and the different in regards to skins seems to make the market a lot better for Android, and then gives people more choices to choose from, whereas iOS, you're basically just limited to Apple, and then you basically got different model iPhones to choose from, but you know for sure you're going to be stuck with the same operating system across all models no matter what, and some are going to be limited in features while some are not. And just from looking at this, that must be a bad thing, but at the same time the numbers is not that drastic. I just thought it was kind of funny that more consumers were actually more loyal to Android than they are to iOS, and I thought it was supposed to be the complete opposite. But then again, we have seen numbers drop back and forth between Apple and Google, and I guess Google is taking the lead despite all the issues that they've had with manufacturers putting their own skins and then putting their own twist to it, when Google wants everyone to use Android by the pure Android experience directly from Google themselves. That's why they have like the Google Nexus devices or the Pixel devices out there. So I thought this data was kind of interesting, and what does this kind of say about Android as a platform? Well, Android, you definitely have a more variety, and I guess people are starting to like it and then get used to it more, because comparing that to iOS, I feel like Android is a little bit more advanced, because I mean, you got like additional customization features, and you pretty much are not locked into third-party software to control everything. Apple controls everything. They control the software, whether that's on the Mac or iOS. You know, they do that across all their products, and sometimes that could ruin the experience a little bit. I mean, it did for me when I was using an iPhone as a daily driver, and then when I switched to Android and I had like the complete freedom, that's when I realized that was the correct operating system for me, and that's why I've stuck with it for my daily usage. And it's also going to depend on needs. Some people may like certain things with Android that they'll need, whereas some people are okay with iOS and they have everything they need over there. So it really depends on which one you prefer and what are your needs, which one you like better, honestly. Now, even if Android is taking the lead in regards to the loyalty, that doesn't mean that iOS and Apple are that behind, because like I said before, 85 to 88% is not that behind compared to 89 to 91%. We could safely say that the top two competitors out there is Google and Apple when it comes to the mobile market, and basically we just have to see what happens as the years goes on, if there's going to be like a big drastic change. Now, for that being said, we still can't calculate as if most of the consumer were on Android or most of the consumer were on iOS, because it could be a mix, and I believe that every year it could change as well. So one year you might have most of the consumers on iOS, but then another year most of the consumers are on Android. And overall, this data is basically saying that Android has caught up throughout the years, and they've definitely made the improvements on what they had initially. And now Apple just needs to take a step back and figure out, okay, they are growing each year, but what can they do to better themselves and to make the operating system more innovative? So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this data is accurate, and what does this tell you with most of the consumer being more loyal to Android than they are to iOS? I'm curious to see what you guys have to say in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, rate, comment. Also check out the description below for my social media links, Twitter and Instagram. See you in the next one. Take care, everybody.